HK howdy, welcome, welcome. Good day, good day. Good day, Chimona, good day. Libra, morning. Thank you, hermana. Steffi, good evening. Nas, howdy, long time no see. That's not bad damage. Howdy, Levi, howdy, Fafa. This big boss? Yeah, it's the boss of the labyrinth, not the main one, but yeah. There's a howdy, welcome, welcome. Brisha, howdy, welcome, welcome. Thank you for all the mana partners, much appreciation. To the program, thank you for 2K. Abby, thank you so much. Yes, yes. I'm using vape. And another boss. Yeah, I'm using that to start. I started to use it to stop smoking. Derek, howdy. CJ, howdy, my friend. Welcome, nice to see you. Ai! How the fuck he killed me? I was more than standable. Yeah, but it won't be a crazy amount, but a bit, yes. So when it starts to go down, you gotta sell.
I cannot let you take Mission. Not yet. must hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
Now bigger boss. Bigger, more difficult.
So, it comes to this. I've no wish to
I
fight.
like them new emotes, like Dragon Ball.
I cannot heal. Though the world may think me a mad, desperate fool, I will hold fast.
Thank you for the man, I appreciate that.
I will have the time and tranquility I require. Lust and pain gather to me. Reach its brand. Unleash your power. Dancing winds, pierce my foe! Stars on high, all is rain! Streams of ether, surge as one!
kurwa!
Dust and wind, pierce my foe! Stars on high, fall as rain!
Shit, kurwa. I completely fucked up that. My bad, my bad.
Even when transformed, but I am not
Yeah, I love
finished
Dragon
yet.
Ball. I do love Dragon Ball, my friend. Yeah, they are. Yeah, good day. Thank you so much for all the mana. Much appreciation. Thank you for confetti. Confetti is super important. Damn, confetti. Thank you so much.
No! Let's go! My power!
Yeah! Tessa, thank you so much for Trova Elixir, much appreciation. Yes, they do.
It's over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteon into custody. And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Meteon, I am so sorry. Would that I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others.
Okay, Red
They
Saudi.
might reconsider their chosen course. But I have failed. And that wish will never be realized.
Too late.
However,
Too late, Kai. Second. No,
ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing. Was there happiness in those distant stars? Was there a reason for living?
We conducted our search as per your instructions. We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased, heard the final testaments of the dying, welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own. One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity. They renounced relationships to avoid interpersonal strife, and in so doing brought about societal collapse. One race had renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people. They were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former glory. One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity. They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy. They found joy lost its savor in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live. Though worlds apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best. That they had tried to fulfill their potential with every step and success. In the course of which, they learned the truth. That they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived.
This is fine, howdy.
Even now their souls cry out for oblivion. And to this song of anguish, I lend my voice. We lend our voice.
Fafalevi, not yet.
Beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Etheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence. There is no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be beautiful. We will make our nest at the edge of the universe, and there in the dark of dead worlds hoard sorrow and suffering. There we will sing, our chorus ever louder and ever clearer, that our song may
From I live in
reach
Manchester,
even
in UK.
this ether-shrouded star.
Jebjo, howdy, thank you for joining, I appreciate that.
Such is the answer we have
Hello,
found
Hamburg.
in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Etheris.
Super Saya is the best.
Who are you to decide our fate? To decree we live or die?
I not only watch Dragon Ball, I play Dragon Ball a lot.
Have you lost your mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
In the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed,
does not stand to reason that we too should be discarded.
That is sophistry, and you know it!
Perhaps it is. Perhaps I am wrong. Who is to say?
I don't know. You gotta pay attention.
Let us settle this with a determination.
Tomorrow you gotta pay attention.
In
Tomorrow,
my
your
authority
evening, night,
as
yeah?
chief
You
overseer
pay attention. We
of
go up,
this,
up, and then it
I
stop
will
and we
make
start
a
crashing again.
judgment
Then you sell.
on man's fitness to exist.
It's already going up, yeah?
If he can learn to value
It will go
all
till
life
tomorrow,
and
I think late
retain
night of
his
yours,
will
and then
to
we will
live,
crash again.
even should his end be justified. He will surely find a way to avert his demise. If not, he will perish from the start. As with all determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos, awaken!
Memory reconfiguration system Kairos activated. Awaiting instruction.
I will be paying attention as well, so
Command.
be in mind,
Universal
no,
memory
here on
alteration.
chat or
Target area.
on Discord, yeah?
Catesis Hyperborea. Starting point. Arrival of Emmett Selk of the convocation at Propylion. Endpoint. The present. Erase the memories of all events and replace with a vague recollection of the following. I was here, preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to Emmett Selk and Hithodaeus. Meteon's shared consciousness became unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence, and all dissipated with a burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
Command acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Bravo. I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer. Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
Hana, howdy. Good evening, Lord. Once again, thank you for mana. Especially for
Go,
confetti.
Meteon,
Oh, Zilfire, how did you got the
to
blue
the
one?
edge of the universe, where none can reach.
Blue is the best. Oh yes, I got blue as well.
Hermes, won't you come
Blue
with
is
me?
the best.
If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
Cheers, Elche.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
This ends here!
Fly, Meteon!
That is far enough, Hermes!
Argos, to me!
First process complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
As if we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today, for it is the key to saving your future. your world. This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with.
How long
Not
it would take to
yours.
verify Binance? I don't know.
No. Your own struggle.
They sent me an email, I need to verify myself
No
again.
one else
What
can
stupid is
take
that?
your place. You must flee this place with your memories intact. And I will see that you do. Now then, where is it? There you are, my little confluence.
Almost! Very well then. You may elude us this day, but not forever.
Meteon's gotten away.
Second process complete. One remaining to execution.
Ugh. No time for brooding. Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building. I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.
I cannot tell you how sorry I am. But neither can I let you escape!
Too brave by half. Exemplary work, as always, Emmett Selk.
What? But how? I thought the confluence was... over...
Over there? Yes. We were rather hoping we would.
It was never anywhere but where it is now. The instant those two began making their way towards nothing, 'twas clear the plan was a diversion.
I'm quite incapable of destroying a confluence, I must confess.
A gambit brazen beyond words. Though we've grown accustomed to reckless improvision due to the antics of an incorrigible associate. Though, in the case of certain present company, incorrigible is an understatement. Honestly, I'm beginning to suspect it's a requirement for every Azen. There's no time! Quickly! Even now, I do not believe your tale. I would not suffer us to walk such a wretched path. Still, if it must be said, do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
Final process complete. Executing universal memory alteration.
Go, Argos!
I'm fine. Just a little tired.
Yeah, the story is the most important factor of Final Fantasy, always was. Is it recommended to swap the SLP to AXS instead of selling it right away during the pump? That depends on what you're planning to do with the SLP, yeah? Up to you. It depends what do you want to achieve. What do you want to achieve by swapping for AXS? Because bear in mind, AXS will go down.
Can it be true? Are we the only ones left who see beauty in the world? In life? Are the stars above no more than husks of fallen civilizations?
Johan, howdy.
And yet... I feel her. Though she is unimaginably distant, I feel Meteon's presence. And the place where to we must go. Ere she made good her escape, I placed an enchantment upon her. One which allows us to follow her trail. She has already left the outermost bounds of Aetheris, and continues on her way. Given the vastness of the universe, it will still be no easy feat to track her down. But thanks to Emet-Selch and his Ladeus, all is not lost. So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
Tequila, thank you for the follow. No popcorn, but a sponge cake.
I'd like to know too. Let us ascertain the situation at Cutisis Hyperborea, where they should still be.
Thank you for the follows.
Given the likely state of their memories, however, it would be imprudent for us to approach them directly. In which case... I am sorry, my friend. I've asked much of you this day. But may I trouble you one last time? Argos will investigate in our stead. We will share in his consciousness and see and hear as if we were with him. Now, close your eyes and open your mind.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
Unharmed? There is a gaping hole in my memories. I can scarcely remember arriving here in Elpis.
Forgive me. I was preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos.
You got the
to our
popcorn of
guests,
barbecue flavor? No such thing here.
but Meteon, her shared consciousness became unstable. And she...
So, that's what prompted the state of alert. And when you went to investigate, you were caught in Kairos' accidental operation.
So it would seem. It's all a blur to me.
Such an unfortunate accident. Oh, and what of Vinar and your other companion? You went inside together, as I recall.
We did? If Vinar was with us, I have no recollection of it. But that there is her familiar, is it not? The fellow seems happy enough, so I think it's safe to assume his mistress is well. I haven't the slightest notion who this other companion might be, however.
Ah, well, that individual struck me as a bit different, for want of a better word. Perhaps it wasn't actually a person, but some manner of creation.
Curious. I must ask Vinar about it when next we meet.
Yes, yes, you do that. Now, if we may tend to Hermes, whatever this Meteion did, it seems he bore the brunt of it. Once you are fit to travel, you will return with us to Amarot. We need to make certain there are no other ill effects. Also, I am here on business of the 14. We've already had the conversation, like as not, but since your toy wiped my memory, we'll have to have it again.
Yes, of course. As you see fit.
This Kairos, it manipulates memories through the emission of etheric waves, correct? There is a theory which holds that memories scoured by blasts of ether are restored when the soul is cleansed in the underworld. If true, then perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
I doubt aught of interest occurred. Look forward to the revelation if you like, but I should prefer to reminisce on more meaningful moments.
Let us rest, if only for a while. After all, you and I... oh, we still have a long, long way to go.
I'm a bad man.
Was watching it's Final Fantasy 14 and the story in the Final Fantasy is always important, very good. I'm drinking coffee right now because in the Philippines it's so cold. No, it's so cold, it's here. Take your time, Derek, take your time. Cherry dinner time. Yeah, this gun looks much more better. This one looks awesome.
I'm a bad man.
No, there's a temporary on the way to endgame. Collections. What are collections?
I'm a bad man.
Ah, here. Okay. Okie dokie, thank you, User J. Have a good time. Yes, it does have
So,
PvP as well. Yes, yes.
It is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
Thank you for ice cream, Spectrum. Appreciate that.
I appreciate your sentiment. I truly do. But 'tis a very long game that we must now play. And while you have maintained a stable presence here thus far, there are dangers in lingering over long. No. You must return to your own battlefield. Make use of the knowledge you have attained, that your days here and our friends' sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteon free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. And were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteon at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls.
I'm a bad man.
Yet I have faith in mankind's potential.
I'm a
As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve.
I'm a bad
So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the
GG, Debbie.
song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This
Buhabi.
I promise.
Howdy, Wonker. Frozen tea, howdy.
Fare you well, my light of the future. Till we meet again.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
Cause I'm watching story, Buhabi. You like my blue eyes, great eyes? Good, good. What do you mean by endless story?
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer Hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiac.
I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
It filters spammers, Buhabi, you know?
This is all wrong. Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it. We won't accept it. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow.
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
Mighty Zodiac! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague.
Nariotrix, howdy Angel.
In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
Welcome back.
I'm a bad man.
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same room we fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I can handle this pair.
You shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
I'll command the beast's attention. See to the wounded.
Help is at hand.
Leave it to me.
Easy now. Deep breaths. You're safe now.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself. Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then?
In time enough to be of aid, for once.
I'm a bad man.
We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride!
Of that I've no doubt.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army. Oh!
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
little to worry about.
The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
As they say, turnabout's fair play. On guard!
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you, from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
I'm a bad man.
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out! Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them! Not a one! This will be a brighter future! I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
Get it together, Alizé. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of Father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of him as it is. You mustn't let our sword in the darkness fight alone. I can look after myself, you know.
Everything's in order, I trust?
I've had enough of this rabble! Come on!
Oh, a trio for the ages.
beginning. I had a feeling I'd find you here. This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. With me!
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Charlian is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to Old Sharlayan. Please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
It seems they've a new destination.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
More of them.
Xenos! Here!
You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship.
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is, and has ever been, my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine, yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust. So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
That's it. That's all you care about. Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
You
For your own sake, Eulus, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
What?
I'm a bad man.
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends? Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone. Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
I'm a bad man.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death.
I'm a bad man.
But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos! Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being.
I'm a bad man.
There's room enough for you to join me on it,
I'm a bad
if you wish.
man. I'm a bad man.
Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, it is only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned.
I'm a bad man.
If you would like to join as well, Euless, we can speak of recent events on the way.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
I'm a bad man.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Forchano Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was
Jay,
beginning to
what are you doing
suspect
for a
as
living?
much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions.
Ooh.
Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
Levi, howdy.
Master Fortuno. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
What do you say? I look cute eating?
Though if you
Well, I'm on
intend
diet.
to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous.
I'm a bad man.
I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
I'm a bad man.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
Zaplot. Did you read the pinned messages?
Any other I would doubt, but you I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it.
In Discord.
Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
Argi. Wrong.
Did you
wrong thingy.
hear something just now?
You should join us on Trovo, because on that I can't see the chat.
Where is this stars blasted pudding?
Handsome, where handsome? Who handsome? Me? Nah. Bunnies!
Dawn may banish even the darkest night, and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort. 'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Aetheris. Urianger made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Urianger's inferior works no more.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they...
Thy distant...
Yeah, give that. Howdy, Jarvis.
Hail,
Lot.
well met.
You there? Why
You'd
Lot?
be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us.
Howdy, Yamaskills.
As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Sharlayan, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperites made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Thank you for mana.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well. Wilt thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Janie, my queen. Good evening. Welcome on Steam. Zika J, it's 1 p.m. You are 8 hours ahead of me. Zika J, what are you doing for a living? Sergey. Sergey, yeah? That's how you pronounce it? Or Siljay?
Let's go!
Janie, thank you so much for the heart. But Sergey, yeah? Very, very, very strange way to write it down. So what do you do for a living, Jay? Leia, howdy, howdy. Still studying. What do you study? What do you guys go with that criminology? Was it the cheapest way to go there or what? Why criminology? Was it cheapest to go? Easiest to go? Tequila, thank you for the follow. Welcome back, Rich Kid. Rich Kid, Where have you been? Oh, you want to save the country? That's okay. Fair enough then. Fair enough, Jay. Ah, okay. Damn. So you'll be busy, man. How do you plan, Rich Kid, how do you plan to become active, play Axie, and take care of a little baby at the same time? And work, yeah? Thank you so much, Janie, for the hype. Thank you. What did I did? I did finance. I did economy and specialized in finance. We're back gonna make a coffee. Your mother-in-law is the one who look your kids. Ah, okay. Did you get? Yeah. My high school was. I was a Babaero at high school. No, at high school I was a Babaero. Yeah, I was. But yeah, I went for the economy, finished with the specialization in finance. Then I went to the uni to study small and medium size, large size company management. Then I dropped that, went to the army. And after the army, I finished School of Detectives. I've got the higher national certificate for security. Got license for weapons. Went for some contracts. Managed the huge company. I had nearly 3K people working for me. Busy. I was busy all my life. Always working, always busy, always rushing. Was. It was. I was learning not much, but partying hard and working. I was working and partying all the time, pretty much. I was a guest in school, and still my diploma from finance was nearly 100%. I'm a math
matter
genius.
I wish to raise with you before we enter.
Well, I didn't waste my time, you know.
We are here to listen and to learn.
I didn't wait for others.
Plans are more or less what I expect. Then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter.
I'm a bad man.
On behalf of the Forum,
I used to be, not anymore.
I commend
Not
your
anymore,
heroic
Jake.
actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzadhan.
I've learned a lot in my life,
The
and
Satrap,
now it changed
whom
my
we have
approach.
informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression
There's also some
of
stuff
our
behind the
gratitude,
scenes that makes me
we will endeavor
not to
answer
waste my
your
time.
questions as fully and openly
Because I
as
don't
we
have
are
it.
able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Charlian has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Charlian citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat Khan was foremost among these. But since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
Handsome? Yeah, I was. 15 years ago. Not anymore.
If only.
But doesn't mean that if I would be able to, I won't be able to do it again.
That is correct. This arc, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were
Indeed,
solving
life
the
is
problem?
short.
We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on two conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the Anti-Tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? Satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Rich kid.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms? "71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau,
Can you
as the
type something in the
architect of this
Discord in
project,
GC?
You are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Okay, gotcha. I see, I see. I'll give you a team. I will give you a team. I'll give you login password to the team to access it. And I need your Ronin wallet address. Pardon. Delivery, but for neighbors. This is your new team, that's on the screen. Gonna put you here. And I need your own wallet address. freaking terrible headache. Dzięki Wilmona Partners. Oh, sexy chubby chocobo. Straight tomato. Don't drink your task, good for you. It was sexy chubby tomato, sexy chubby chocobo. Nothing ugly was there. Sexy chubby. Do you guys have a running wallets? No, wait, we got new one. This one. Memes, howdy partner, what's good, howdy.
Could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost my eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the Etherburner conundrum.
Huh. Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the Etherburner.
Aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the white sparse is strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb. But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Loperites?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Nie oglądaj fabuły, nie spoiluj sobie, zajebista jest.
Yes, exactly.
No, nie spoiluj, nie.
I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology. You're trying to drive me mad.
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the northern empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut? That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavenward. This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-foot expedition myself.
I'm a bad man.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Anyway, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Find a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
Kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking, and I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Thea, guys, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins.
Good
and
night,
to help
Shimona. Good
secure
night.
the surrounding
See you
areas.
tomorrow.
I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberk will personally see it done.
I'm a bad man.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade, clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allegan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiencies so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
RG, that's the proper platform. Here, on Trovo. I can't see the chat from Tata.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
It's dark here.
There you are.
Quite order. Well,
We've no
that's
time to waste,
welcome in the UK.
Everyone
Always
is
dark.
already.
How does I love you pronounce in your language? You mean Polish? Kocham cię. I love you in Polish is kocham cię.
That was a roar. A dragon's roar.
No, kocham
And
cię.
so,
Cię.
in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid.
Kocham. Well, not ciu. Cię. You can't type it like that. We do it C-I-E. Cię.
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
Yeah, this one looks much better than the previous one. Far from perfect, but much more better. Yeah, that's it. Kocham cię, yeah. Must be wanking. Yeah, rest well, Libra, rest well. Hiro, howdy. Heatsink, lift off when? Tomorrow, in the morning. If you mean the rocket. Is that what you had mean? On your mind? Rocket? Tomorrow in the morning, yeah. Because I'm wrapping up in a moment. Going to pick up my daughter and then I'll be only on the fuel, yeah? I can't spare the time on the other stuff. Only fuel. Oh! Axolotl! Of tomorrow, you think we can try to push tomorrow new update? Axolotl are dying species, you know? There's only a few hundred of them left. In the wild. Maybe. I'll push a lot of work today and tomorrow, maybe. Miss Queen! Thank you for the hype, much appreciation. Thank you, love. A mushroom like thing. This one. Thank you for the mana. Guys, remember to climb confetti. Click on the icon, climb confetti, and send confetti. Thank you again for the mana. I'm gonna wrap it up in a moment. Someone put his ass here. Not nice. Yeah, I just finished mine. We're gonna wrap it now. Just gotta pick up my daughter from school and work on fuel. Okie dokie, we're gonna leave it on that one. Thanks for joining, catch you on Discord, partners. Marshall's out.